Hey, we're back.
Something is going wrong, Monty.
There's gremlins running amok.
Yes, we are having serious technical issues today.
Gremlins running amok.
Oh, man. Look, it's okay now.
Their little gremlin voices.
They've eaten up them.
Back there chewing on wires.
They've eaten up our camera.
Gizmo caca.
Gizmo caca. Forgot about that. It's hilarious.
Gizmo caca.
You know, the one thing, though, by the way, having two cameras is I don't have to do a lot of editing.
That's right. It's going to save you. It's going to save you about 3 hours of rendering and sizing.
Yes, but it's still a pain in the butt. I like things at work.
Yeah, well.
Hey, who's our guest today,
Welcome
Monty?
to our world. Who do we have? Oh, yeah. One of the coolest, sweetest, most genuine guys in the business.
Yep, he's a good egg.
That I've ever had the pleasure of meeting and briefly working with as of yet. Mm-hmm. Marty Dillingham.
Marty Dillingham.
Drummer to the stars.
Yes. I've known Marty for a long time. His dad, Gordon Dillingham, God rest his soul, what a great dude. He was one of the first believers in me when I first moved to town. Yeah, and he was... I still miss him, but Marty is a great guy. Drummer, tour manager for John Michael Montgomery for years now. That's where I really got to know him.
Yeah.
And but we'll get into all that stuff.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're going to really enjoy it.
Make it happen, brother.
Wind her up. Let's go.
Wind her up. You know what I liked at the end of the last one when you holstered it?
Holster.
That Blaylock one was fun. There was some stuff that you said that was on the side that
The Blue Ninja.
What was the CCV that you said critically chafed? And you started laughing about it, and Jim and I both missed it.
I'm always over there chuckling in the corner at myself.
We were confused, something had broke. We're laughing about that. You're like critically chafed, laughing, just dying over there. Blaylock and I both missed it. That was good.
The Blue Ninja.
Yes, that old ninja. He'll get you. He'll get in there.
You know, if he's over there giggling, something's up.
Yeah.
When nobody else is laughing and he's just crying over there. Something's up.
Yeah.
Something's up.
So let's go ahead and get to That was a recent up in Ohio. Mm-hmm. One of our wonderful Cash Creek crew sent some stuff, and it was Renee, and about the Ohio Grassman, also known as the Sasquatch, and it caught the news, and it was picked up nationally too. Mm-hmm. And here's a little scene of it. Now, we were skeptical from when we first saw it. Just something about the way it moves and how it's just kind of meandering around with no real purpose.
Right.
Exactly.
Squatch always has purpose.
Squatch has purpose. And of course, it did come out that this is all hoaxed.
Yeah,
it was a hoax. Those damn hoaxers, man. Yeah. Why do they do that?
I don't know.
It's just
so 5 minutes, I guess. 5 minutes of fame or whatever.
And I think it's hilarious how, with all of the amazing Squatch footage out there, that the ones that always break through and go national are
the hoaxes.
Yeah.
That's because, they want you to believe it's all hoaxed.
Right. There's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Because,
they're still trying to keep him under wraps.
And you can just, you can just walk along the YouTube trail, just very pedestrian-like, just real casual, and see some of the most amazing, unexplainable,
Yeah.
and real legit people, anthropologists, scientists, microbiologists, all talking about, the possibility and the probability of a hominid walking around like that, But it's always marginalized.
Always.
It's marginalized.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just like the
It's
Greys.
Yeah. It's just strange, isn't it?
I don't know. What?
Yeah. We don't have all the
Whatever.
information, Monty.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Here it goes. The clock is.
Why did I do it? Do you think we're stupid?
I know.
No, that's it. They keep you
Yeah.
medicated and over medicated and undereducated.
Over-medicated and undereducated.
That is the plan of the puppet masters,
Yes.
the ones who call all the
cabal.
shots.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, well.
BS.
It is BS.
Full disclosure is coming. Mark my words.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
It is not far away.
It can't be.
They just keep feeding us a little at a time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Just chumming the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
But it really does. It is almost astonishing. You can almost see it. Like I said, like when stuff like this goes national, this obviously it's a dude in a suit, Anybody that has done any kind of studying would see that it's not. I mean, it's cool footage. It's so clear. I wish it was.
I know. It's beautiful footage.
I wish it was real, but it ain't.
Yeah. Well, you got this thing wandering,
Yeah.
shoulders hanging low,
Yeah. I know.
and having absolutely no direction or purpose.
Right.
That ain't squatching, man. That is not. That's not what a squatch does.
Nope. No. Shall we get to Marty?
Let's do it.
Let's take it to Marty Ray Dillingham.
Woo!
Hey there, this is R.T. Johnson, and I want to personally invite you to come party with me at the March 4th Cash Creek Club Live with the one and only Miss Heidi Newfield. We'll be joined by fan favorites Mercy Shine, the Rollers, and James Phillip. Oh yeah, those Cash Creek boys will be there too. Don't miss this one. And don't forget to download my single, Thirsty Weather. See y'all there.
Marty, look, it's Marty Dillingham.
Hey guys.
Marty's
Yes.
here. We got a real live Nashville music scene mogul.
I don't know if I'd go that
The
far.
real deal here.
I don't know if I go that far. I'm very well unknown here in this town.
Yes, Marty
He's a
is
ski mogul.
Marty is a mover and shaker.
Well, a little one, a little tiny player. There's so much going on
And
in town.
aftershock.
Yeah, yep. I'm one of those.
So, Marty, you're the artist that you played for. I mean, first of all, Hank Jr.
Yeah.
to John Michael. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's like he doesn't like taking the easy road.
Well, I was, I'd moved up to Nashville here. I'd been in my dad's band for 15 years. I never had to look for a job. My dad kept us working.
Now, you started in it was a burlesque show, right? At what, 12? 10?
No, 15.
15 years old.
Yeah, my
played
dad
drums in a burlesque show.
Yeah, my dad had a band. He played Hammond B3 and left foot bass.
Gordon D.
Yep, and then his drummer was a friend of his, so it was a two-piece. And they'd have like a sax player come and set in every once in a while. But it was called the Nightery in Atlanta.
The Nightery?
The Nightery. And it was way up, it was just one flight. It was straight up this stairwell, but it seemed like it was at least 150 steps. It was
especially when you're carrying crap, right?
a Hammond B3. I remember taking it out of there. But that's how we got started, and then my stepmom sang there. She was the girl singer, and she would come out and do 30 minutes of country songs.
Oh, wow.
And rock songs, blues and whatever. So that's what we did. And then
I'll say the other day I was on a Facebook, and I can't remember who put up that old record of your dad's.
Yeah.
And it was the video.
Yeah.
We used to do music videos before. I mean, he'd come out, he's on the motorcycle and everything. And that was so cool. It's like 1972 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
So awesome. Old Gordon, he was ahead of his time, man.
Yeah, he had a friend named Jack Tarver that tried to help him, get something going. And it was just kind of a side project. He he raised all his kids on playing in nightclubs. And he was fine with that. And of course, he was past that age too. He was in his late 40s when all that was going on.
Right.
That's
cool though.
Oh yeah, it's we laugh, we watch him every once in a while.
So there you are, down there in the burlesque show, 15. And just living the dream, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember if I was good or not. I mean, I guess I was okay, and the strippers, they were real nice. I mean, they were really, really nice. And that's where I mean, they were very motherly. They had, that's where I met Morgana the Wild One. Oh, okay. Remember the baseball
Marty was
bandit?
still breastfeeding at 15. Yeah. They were very motherly.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember her? Do y'all remember her? She's the baseball kissing bandit.
Oh, yeah.
The girl that runs out and kisses the baseball players.
Yes.
Yeah, she was
smuggling the watermelons.
Yes.
Yeah.
She used to dance. She did a circuit. And
really?
She'd come down there and do a week or two and then move on to another one. But yeah, that's how I met her. She was real nice. And also the guitar player that was in Buck Owens' band, he used to come down there. He dated or knew one of the girls.
Don Rich?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he used to come down there and he sat in a couple times with us. And then, Atlanta, has always had lots of music. And then I remember my dad took me one time to see Roy Buchanan. His band was playing in town. And we got there. They were playing in this club. And we did a little, after the club closed, we kind of did a little jam session afterwards, Boy, and I got to play one song with Roy Buchanan, which is I don't know if I did good or not.
Didn't matter. You were the boy wonder then.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't get exposed to a whole lot of famous people back then.
Right.
So
how did you make the break from there to where, because you were the Doug Stone camp too?
Yeah.
Weren't you? You were there, Mel McDaniel, all that stuff.
Well, my dad, he somehow or another hooked up with Doug in Atlanta. And John Doris was his manager, and Phyllis Bennett, I think, was also managing him too. She was just like a friend of Doug's that just kind of helped. She actually knew Doug Johnson.
He's from down there too.
Yeah,
right?
he was an engineer over at Bill Lowry Studios.
Sure. Yeah.
So anyway, my dad knew all them people.
Black River today, right? Still?
Yeah, he's written some really great country songs.
Just three wooden crosses.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't you like to have that one?
Yeah. He wrote all that. He wrote those Ty Herndon singles too.
Yeah,
that was great stuff.
Great
producer too.
Yeah. So he somehow or another, my dad got hooked up with that. Doug needed a band, and so we had kind of a ready-made band, and so that's how we hooked up with him. We moved up to Nashville here, kind of riding with Doug Stone. And then the Doug Stone thing eventually came to an end for my dad and me.
Okay.
And that's when I started, that's when I got the Hank Jr. job.
Well, when we come back, we're going to dive into Bocephus here because I know if anybody's done Hank, they've got stories.
Oh, yeah.
I spent 2 hours with him, and I've got stories.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a different kind of guy.
Yeah. Marty Dillingham when we come back.
We're back.
Back with Marty Ray Dillingham.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy. So, tell us about Bo Cephas.
Let's go from breastfeeding at 15 to
Breastfeeding
Bo
at
Cephas.
15.
It just segues perfectly.
Oh, you know, it's kind of funny. I don't even really. I guess the way I got that job was through Eddie Cowboy Long, the steel player. Him and I, he came to a club that my dad and I were playing at, and he sat in. And of course, it was like, oh, great, this guy's something
Played the
else.
12. Was it how many strings on his steel? Did he like built it?
Yeah,
He's like the only guy that played it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's tried to explain it to me before, but
It's insane.
I couldn't grasp it, and I don't even get the steel.
He played with us or at Stockyard when I first came to town.
Uh-huh.
At the bullpen. What a blast!
Yeah,
man.
and he's a crazy guy too. Sweet, you know.
He's with Jamie Johnson now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure is. He kind of helped produce some of that stuff, and
Saw him a few
Jamie
years ago,
really
but
likes him.
He played that ridiculous steel solo on that Kenny Chesney song.
Yeah.
All of my
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got you the Bo Cephas gig.
I don't know if I never could figure out if they did auditions. He just said, "Hey man, we're going to be jamming over here at this rehearsal hall. Why don't you come by and just jam? Hank's going to be there." Okay, so I come over there and we did a couple of his classic tunes, you know, Whiskey Bent, Hellbound, and all, and then he's like, "So, you ever heard my song, my Kalijah, Daddy song, whatever?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You gonna play it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I played it, and I kind of had my own version of how I played. A lot of toms,
Right, yeah.
fills, and then on the chorus, you know, we just did the.
He had a pretty cool version of that, right?
Yeah. And so I played all this drum stuff in there, and he liked it. So the next thing I know, it's like, well, we're gonna. Our tour starts a couple of weeks, you know. If you want to play drums,
if you want to play drums,
yeah,
you can.
the tour manager, you know, told me that. When I left, I didn't know anything, and I went and had a
jam, not a
I went and had a beer over there across the street afterwards, you know. So,
If you want to play drums, you can.
yeah, tour manager said you need to come by Merle's office. It was over there off of the Music Row there, close to the Union. And pick up this material. So I go over there and
It's Merle Kilgore.
yeah. I go over there and they hand me this box.
Are y'all getting this? What about Merle Kilgore?
of stuff,
Brother.
Yeah. Oh.
I know. They have all them rings.
Yeah. How are you, Merle? Oh, brother. Better than you. But and they hand me this box of material, and I mean, I don't know. It's like CDs, albums, cassettes. It's a whole big box, and I'm like, great. It's like 30 pounds.
So you're not given a set list to learn. Then you said here.
Well, when I was there, the set list was the first song and the last, and there's nothing in between. Just whatever he felt like doing. I had to learn all these. I learned the biggest hits.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, you know, what else can he do? And so I called the guitar player, and he said, well, sometimes he does this, sometimes. Yeah. So I kind of had it figured out, but it was a really good experience. He moves the tempo all over the place. Sometimes he'll do a song slow. Sometimes he'll do it faster. Sometimes he'll move it up. He just starts going.
Right.
And I thought it would really mess with my tempo.
Yeah.
But after I left, I didn't have any trouble playing with click tracks or anything.
No.
It doesn't do that.
No.
It's,
I remember when we were on the John Michael bus. I can't remember, was it Keith or you that brought out that VHS of one of Hank's shows? And I mean, there's Marty back there. Just he's bird dogging Hank the whole time, and he'd be in the middle of a song and then start another one.
Yeah.
This band stopped, and he'd pick up the new song. He started.
Yeah.
Seat of your pants.
It was the craziest thing, man. Well, Marty, how did you survive?
Yeah,
man?
I think I brought it, but it might have been Keith. He had some stuff that I didn't have.
Keith was our bus driver that also drove for Hank for
Keith Kidd.
many years. Yeah.
Yeah, he lived up there in that area too. So,
But it was the craziest thing, Monty. I mean, you go to solo break, and all of a sudden, in the middle of solo break, you start.
He just starts another song.
Yeah, start another song.
yeah, blah.
Yeah, you just hit a big chord. They must got me ready one.
Yeah.
Go with them.
Yeah, no ear monitors back then. So I had these two really giant speaker
It's
cabinets
the funniest thing.
behind me that would, that was my monitors.
Talk about mayhem.
Oh, we laughed so
Oh,
hard.
it's awesome.
And every now and then they'd miss, I don't know, I'd get Hank's mix and it'd be just the guitar so loud. I'm sure I did have ear damage after that gig.
Yeah.
It was like it was like rock and roll in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I came in after some people had gotten let go because of that, the cassette tape that got out when Hank had that bad show.
Yeah, we were talking about Grunt Bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they replaced the drummer and the bass player.
Yeah.
I guess they were getting the guys to record every night for them.
So those were the guys that
leaked
it.
I never did find out for sure, but they got the blame for it.
I don't know how, and that was back before things could go viral and stuff. But
I know.
boy, that thing went viral.
Yeah.
Every bus you got on had that.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Man, did you ever hear this tape of Hank Jr.?" Like, yeah.
Yeah. It went gold.
It was his biggest selling record of all time.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
It's sad too.
Yeah.
I remember Keith was saying that he thought somebody slipped him something.
Yeah. I truly think that for him to get that messed up, because when I was there for almost 2 years, he would drink, and then sometimes he would drink a lot, and I never saw him get like that.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, he would go to an Italian restaurant like at 1 a.m. after a show, bring everybody.
Yeah.
And he'd drink wine, he'd drink whiskey, he'd drink, and
no, he was not of his mind. In that show. I mean, it's just. Have you ever heard it?
Yeah. As a matter of
Sonny
fact,
Boy, Jambalaya.
when I was there, it never came up. It never.
I remember
came up.
Keith was saying the fans were so pissed they were rocking the bus back and forth and hitting on the side. He said it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was it again? It was like they always say the famous Kansas City. Or
I think Kansas.
Like
I want to say Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind.
And it's funny because at first when you're listening to it, it's hilarious. Then all of a sudden it just gets kind of sad.
Yeah.
When you just stumbling around. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, and Hank's not the only artist I've seen like that on stage, and it usually is. I mean, I know that's what people say. It's an interaction with medication, but I've seen sidemen get sideways and not know why. They're like, man, I don't know what happened. I just kind of blacked out. And
I think a lot of times in those green rooms and backstages, I mean, you don't know.
I know.
Somebody slips.
Here, do a shot with me.
Sure, yeah. Also,
it's happening downtown a lot these days. But I had a good time. I learned a lot, and it really helped build my resume as well. Oh, you were out there, you could do that,
Right.
and
you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
The bus was crazy place. It's like, there's always parties going on,
Sure.
before and after the show, and they used to like to spend the night and then leave the next morning.
Right.
Because the guys would stay up all night with a lot of, have a lot of fans.
Yeah.
And
Well, let's take a break and then we'll talk about where you went to next.
Okay.
After Hank.
all right.
Marty Ray Dillingham.
Marty.
Hey, look, there's Marty.
Hey, guys.
Where you been, Marty?
Chicken the chicken.
Choking the chicken? What? Chicken? The Chinese chicken?
Chipmunk.
Okay, so we got Bocephus in the rear view.
Yeah.
Who's up ahead?
Well,
Where's the next off ramp?
okay. Well, when I was working for Hank, I just had we just had our first child, and our maximum shows a year was going to be 40 with Hank. And so I'm like, I really need to make I need to make some more money. So John Michael, his drummer that was with him from the nightclub days, decided he was going to try to be an artist.
What was his name?
Tim Tuning.
Tim Tuning, that's
Yep.
right, yeah.
He lives here in South Nashville down there. He's got it's called a Tuning School of Music.
Oh.
And they have students come in there and they teach them music, and he's got some professional musician friends that teach and all. So that's what he's been doing for, once he tried to do the artist thing, you know how that goes.
Sure.
It's just not going to happen for everybody. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
It's just not.
It's not merit based.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Some
so,
things have to come into play.
yeah. So, I had heard that through one of the guitar players at Hank told me that John Michael was going to be auditioning some drummers, and if I was interested, I should check it out.
And John was rocking at that time, right?
Yeah.
He was,
He had already been out touring for a year or so,
Yeah.
almost two.
So he still hadn't done I Swear yet, though, right? Yeah, this is pre I Swear.
Yeah.
This is before the Stratosphere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life's a Dance, Beer and Bones.
Bare bones. Yeah.
He was on his way up.
Oh yeah.
The guy with the dimples.
Yeah, big deep ones.
Yeah.
And he, I knew his manager from the Doug Stone days, John Doris.
John Doris.
So I called John and said, hey man, I heard, I hear that, your artist is going to be doing it. And he's like, yeah, well, can I get in on the list? He said, yeah, we've got like 3 so far. He said, I'll put you down. So I think they decided that they would go with 5 drummers auditioning. So I went over to sound check over there, and they gave me the material, and I had a friend of mine write charts, and so I just played it to them at home and went in, and it's supposed to be a singing drummer thing,
Right.
harmony singer, but
It's Tim sang, right?
yeah, he sang real good,
Yeah.
and so. And I sing in harmony. I hadn't sang for 2 years harmony because of the I didn't have to with Hank.
Right.
But with Doug Stone, I sang
That's right.
I sang the third
Yeah,
part,
yeah.
the third with Doug Stone all the time. So I go in there and they're like, no, you don't have to sing. We don't really want a mic on back here. We got another guy that's going to sing. So I was like, okay, that's fine with me. And so I went in and did the audition, and the way they did it was they recorded everybody's performance, all the different drummers. And then after everybody did their 3 or 4 songs, we you come in there, do your thing, and then you leave. Next guy comes in. You don't even see the other guy.
Right. Yeah.
So they played back, like drummer number 1, drummer number 5. Anyway, they didn't know who they were hearing. Just vote for the one you think sounds the best on these songs. So I luckily got the most votes. And
And the die was cast.
Yes, and so they called me that evening and said, okay, you got the job. And I'm like, okay, great.
And now Marty's part of the furniture.
So by the time I hung up the phone, my phone rings again, and it's Merle, Hank's manager. I heard you're leaving, brother. Wow. I'm not kidding.
Just like
travels fast.
He was probably sitting there with John Doris.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, evidently, the bass player who was the band leader at the time, he was the one making all the phone calls. So he had called all the other drummers and said, "No, we're not. We picked another
Was that
guy."
Tim?
Yeah, Tim. And
Tim Williams.
they're like, "Well, who is it?" And he says, "Hank's your drummer. Is who we're going with." And so they immediately started calling Hank's organization, saying, "Hey, we want to."
We want to do
And they're like, "We have a drummer."
We have a drummer.
And they're like, "No, you don't."
Not anymore. Oh boy.
So
good old days.
So I didn't get to call Merle. He called me.
Yeah.
And I told Merle, I said, "Look, Merle, I said, this thing just happened like just a few minutes ago." And I said, "I just need to make more money." "Oh, brother, we got all this stuff coming up, And I'm like, "Look," I said, "Look, I love working for Hank and I'd like to stay, but
this dude has a set list."
Yeah, it wasn't about money. It was just knowing what I was going to kick off next. Yeah, I counted off very few songs with Hank. I kind of lost that thing. Okay, Hank kicks it off.
That's a great story, though. Man.
Yeah, and
hey, brother, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Just
wow,
singing
great.
the fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we,
Oh my gosh.
so we did, and I took the job, and I've had a really good time there.
How long have you been there now, Marty?
I guess 24 years.
24 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's a good run.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
You're tour managing too, and have been for quite a while.
Yeah, that was something he wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it.
When did you start? I was still there when you were.
Yeah, I can't remember if I was tour managing when you came on board or not.
I think Greg. Well, we had Greg. When I first started, Greg
Morton
was
the production manager.
Jeff Little was there.
Okay, then he was tour managing then.
Yeah.
And
tour manager and Tea Time Gator.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when he left, they asked me if I would do it, and or
that
they
was the same time
got
Greg
Greg to do
left,
it.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Frog was there too.
Yeah, the lighting guy.
Yeah,
from Bandit Lights.
Yes.
John started downsizing a little bit, and we all started having to do more,
Yeah.
But I never wanted to do the band leading thing. I never wanted to do because I just
Johnny
enjoyed
Garrett
it. Yeah,
came in too.
Yeah, he was the.
Did he come in? Was he?
He was there already.
He was there already. That's right.
And then when Greg left,
They kind of had their crew life, and we had the band life.
Yeah, we're still on separate buses.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Condo bunks.
And all those guys have done well. Like Johnny Garrett, he's working for.
He's with Stapleton now.
Yeah.
I just saw, Ruth is the biggest Randy Owen fan, so I've seen a lot of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they I'm glad. When Johnny left, it wasn't under the best of circumstances, but it got fixed later on down the road.
Yeah.
John made it right. John made it right. All those guys' careers now, you can go back and look at their time with John Michael. That really did help their career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, John. I remember I remember this before even I started playing with him, when people were talking about the next George Strait, all that stuff, and it was John. I mean, he was, and then when I Swear was just massive, and then he took that year off.
Yeah.
And that's when people said it kind of.
Yeah.
It stopped all that momentum.
Yeah, all that momentum comes.
Because they had all that tour sponsor support and everything.
Yeah.
But he had to take that time.
Yeah, he did. Personal reasons and health wise and stuff, and it's unfortunate, and he knows it. But
I'll tell you, I still
don't whine.
I still have so much love for John Michael. I mean,
I know you do.
Just a great dude, and I mean, the stuff that we've all been through together out there with him, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I wish you could tell some of these stories, but there's some that we just can't tell. But there are some that Marty is the best. Marty's got a way with the phrase too. He can say the phrase.
Yeah, I that, and I know you guys too. You know,
Ring the Rednecks was one of my favorite when you said that. I was standing and all of a sudden it started raining rednecks. Somebody had come off the stage.
Oh yeah,
but I mean we wouldn't tell the story or say who. But
yeah, oh yeah,
tell the story.
Yeah, I remember one time we've been. It was like at a fair, and I can't remember if you were there or not, but I remember I had the promoter bought us a bunch of these corn dogs. And they were like $3.
Oh no!
Was you there?
It was a
Kansas.
Kansas. It was Kansas. Hutchinson.
Yeah,
Kansas.
Yeah, and one of us, I won't mention who, ate 3 of them.
These corn dogs.
It was like 9 feet.
9 feet of corn dogs.
Yeah, 9 feet of corn dogs. And then I remember the great thing. The next morning, me and Stokes were sitting in the front lounge in the bathroom, you know, because this was on John's bus.
Yeah.
I mean, on somebody's bus.
Yeah.
On ours bus. And the door was locked for, at least an hour. And Keith is sitting there, and then Stokes goes in and says, "Is someone in the bathroom?" He goes, "Yeah, I think that's old John Michael Montgomery pushing out them corn dogs." He ate 9 feet of corn dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just the tip of the iceberg, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Lots of good times.
Lots of good times.
It helped me grow.
We laughed a lot.
Yes, we did, and
cried a lot.
And
fought a lot.
Yeah, and that's why Kimo still comes out and does things with us, because he's such a a good dude. You can't say that about everybody in this business. Like that. And the thing too is he'll do things for people. He'll go do something really nice.
Right. And not want people to know.
No, he's a publicist's nightmare.
Yeah.
Because he just don't want to make a big deal out of it, And but I don't know exactly why I've been there this long. I really haven't felt the need to move on.
Yeah.
Had I have done it sooner when John was bigger, it would have probably helped me more, because I could have stepped off.
Sure.
And a lot of people criticized me, my friends, because they were like, "You're going to leave a headlining act and go to a middle act." At the beginning, when I first joined John,
but you saw where that was going.
I thought he had lots of potential.
Yeah. Like I said, the moon. I mean, the sky was the limit.
Yeah. And and then you've helped him too. Like the last couple of albums, you guys took care of the vocals.
Yeah.
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 He liked to do those away from everybody.
Right.
Got the good tracks cut and everything, and then you and John.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't. A lot of people don't know this, and John didn't really want anybody to know, but I want people to know he paid for my Pro Tool school. I mean, just I never asked, because I was still in the ADAT world, doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he's this is the future. You need to do this, and he gives me his credit card.
I tell you, man.
Well, I mean, that's the kind, and he's like, it's
Yeah,
but I mean that's been so many years.
Yeah,
now.
but
still, it's like that's the heart of that man.
But yeah, and it come back to help him though when you were doing all that.
That's what he said. He said, he goes, well, so some of it's selfish too. But still, I mean, he gave me my career basically. Well. There's another generation of Dillinghams that are playing. Let's talk about them when we come back.
All right. Okay.
Marty Ray Dillingham. where'd you go? This guy. This guy. Speaking of Marty's way with words, it was, every once in a while out on the road, there's a little, you're not eating good a lot of times, so sometimes your stomach gets a little upset. So Marty goes in that outhouse there, and he comes out and he's like this and says, "It's okay." He goes, "Yeah, just like dumping a bucket full of minnows." And I'm all, it just put you right there. You know exactly what was going on. You can turn a
I'm
phrase.
sure you wanted to share that.
That's all right.
He can turn a phrase, man.
All right,
I mean,
yeah, we
I've never forgot it. Like dumping a bucket full of minnows.
yeah. It's just when you
That's
travel,
your buddy over there.
yeah, when you travel, that's what happens.
No,
That's what people remember about you.
That's what's
Things like
amazing.
that.
I mean, what a great songwriter you probably are. If you would just,
If I could have done, if I could do it, if I could,
because it's always you got to say something that the people know and understand in a way they've never heard it before.
Yep.
And you're
That would definitely
you are
be
the
one of
king
them.
of that.
yeah. I tell you what, we had a really at one time there was a bunch of really great players in that band.
Yeah, we had it dialed pretty tight too.
Yeah.
That was when we were gigging a lot.
Yeah, we were playing a lot, and you know,
So with that 2006, 2007 era, that was
I think it was the best the one night that I played with you.
that was without
That
a
was
doubt
a
the
great
best
band.
in Houston, right?
yeah,
Houston.
yeah, outdoor gig.
Yeah.
You
That had
know,
never been better.
at least you didn't get rained on or anything. You know, we had Dave.
It was raining rednecks.
Dave Fowler come out with us,
Yeah.
and we did a show in Arkansas, and
you had to tell me that, didn't you?
so so he goes to the hotel, and while he's at the hotel, the rest of us, I think, hung around, and this huge thunderstorm come up, and it got all his charts wet. And his gear started getting wet. I'm trying to yank it off the stage and bring it into a building. And one of his pieces of gear got flooded and it wouldn't work anymore. And then I've got like all these women in there with hair dryers blowing his charts dry, and the streets flooded. I mean, we thought we were going to have to cancel the show, but once it quit raining, everything kind of went away, and all the people started showing up.
Was it that Roadhouse thing after
That particular show?
where they had the massages and stuff?
No. This was a street festival somewhere in Arkansas. It was Elvis's guitar player's hometown. I just can't remember the name of the town. But he actually showed up, and John got his picture made with him. And
James Burton?
yeah, yeah. He
I do remember that.
yeah.
Man, we did a lot of stuff, Marty. So, this second generation of Dillinghams.
Yeah. My oldest son, he started playing, and pretty much self-taught, really. I tried to give him lessons, but you know how it is.
Well, there's really no need now. There's so much
On the
available.
internet.
Yeah.
So,
Learn how to be a musician overnight.
yeah. So
Plus, he's already got it. He's already got the advantage of having your genes.
So he started playing with his first group was, of course, he played with a guy around town called Austin Anderson, and they played together. It's kind of how he got his feet wet, and then he joined a group called Walker McGuire.
Walker McGuire.
There's two guys doing a duo, and
And you were on the management side of them, right?
no,
Weren't you not?
John Doris was.
Okay.
And then they wound up leaving John Doris management to go with their producer, Mickey Jack Combs. And but Ryan played with them the whole 5 years they were out touring. And it was tough touring,
That's van and trailer stuff, right?
Yep, van and trailer, and the van's air conditioning. Sometimes it'd work, sometimes it wouldn't.
Sure.
And the transmission fell out one time.
That's a tough stage to be.
Yep.
Michael Ray, he was handled by Alabama's manager for a little
Tony.
while. Yeah. And I remember he had the number one song in the country at the time, and we were playing at some big arena, and he was opening up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, me and Roller, we get off the bus. We're just waking up, we're standing there, and all of a sudden here comes this van pulling in with the trailer, and Michael's driving.
Yeah.
I mean, his eyes are like that, and the band's all sleeping, sitting up. And I look at this, I said, he's got the number one song in the country. You've been driving all night.
Isn't that? I know the general public has no clue as to what goes on, I
yelled to him, I said, "What are you doing, man?" He goes, "We had to get here. It was my shift."
Yeah, and when Ryan and them would get through doing a show, a lot of times the guitar player he would drive. He kind of like designated to do that first shift. Mm-hmm. And then later on, he'd do his shift, and then Johnny or Jordan would do the next one. You know, it's hard, it's tough touring.
Yeah.
And so he did that for 5 years, and they broke up, which he would probably still be with them if they.
He was embedded in there pretty good.
Yeah, they liked him. I mean, when he started with them, he was young. He was 19 or 20. I think he was 19. And so they would always, but he looked a little older because he's big. And
well, you gotta love that kick and snare too. He's real solid.
He real meat and potatoes, not fancy. He didn't do fancy very well, and so that was good. He got a really good music education. He hired me to do some
production for their live show.
Oh,
I did like their intro thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
so,
I forgot about that.
So he was in there pretty good.
Yeah. And then Jeremy, my youngest son, he just turned 21 last month. He's been working with a guy named Dylan Carmichael. He's on a Riser House label. He did that he actually was doing some, just helping play guitar and kind of tour managing Dylan a little bit. And
Jeremy was too?
Yeah. Cool. What happened was Dylan's had terrible cars and trucks. I mean, there's one time he calls me, he said, "Man, I think I'm getting carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm about to pass out." He's driving down the road calling me, going to Kentucky. And I'm like, roll the window down and pull off and get out of the car so you don't die.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So when Jeremy started going out with him, I was like, you need to drive your car because Dylan's is always breaking down, and plus it's got a hole in the floor or something. So he kind of learned that. They went out and they did some stuff. They opened up for, Dylan did. A couple times Jeremy played with him, but Dylan's a pretty strong acoustic solo act, actually. Mm-hmm. And so they did some stuff with opened up for Trace Atkins and people like that. And then when Dylan got his record deal, he became the rhythm guitar player in the band. And so, went out and did the van and the trailer tour. And he kind of become the guitar tech too for Dylan. And so yeah, and then but he's not with them right now. The record label, they basically supplementing all the shows,
Sure.
The ones, $500. You go open for Leonard Skinnard and you get paid $500.
Right.
And it's 800 miles away.
Yeah.
You got all them expenses and you got to pay everybody.
Sure.
So they just said, we've done it for a year, so we've got to cut back a little bit. So they had to downsize a couple of players. Mm-hmm. So Jeremy
That's
got downsized.
casualties of the business.
You know, but
Good way to learn when you're young too. You can bounce back.
oh yeah, you know, yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's always thirsty weather, wherever or whenever. Neither rain or ice or dark or nice is gonna keep us from our rain. When it's hot, we need a cold one. When it's cold, we want a warm up. Yeah, Mother Nature is always in our favor. And right now it's thirsty weather. It's always.
And then one day you're just gonna go over and jam with Hank Jr. and then bam, you
Yeah.
can come out and play if you want.
well, you know, it's a different time. You know, it's like now, you know, independent people they have a lot of options now.
Well, and also there is it's everything really is different now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, you know, Sam Hunt, when he first, was probably at the time one of the biggest stars in the genre. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a bass player.
yeah,
There was no need. It was tracked.
Yeah.
You know, but didn't even go ahead and have his buddy up there holding one to
I
look
know.
like it. It's like they just didn't even matter. I mean, and that's kind of it's a disturbing trend.
yeah,
And we've done last year. Was that last year or the year before? But we did that huge Myrtle Beach festival, like 150, 160,000 people on the beach there, right across from the Bowery, and it was like an Alabama thing. It was, and we were, of course, it was a massive show,
yeah.
and we had huge stars on it, and there were two new guys that had songs out. Both went out with microphone and press play tracks.
Wow.
It was like, you're playing this massive festival in front of all these people, and you're just going to go out there and,
I couldn't do it. I'd want my guys with me.
Absolutely. But I understand. But
Yeah.
there is a generational shift where they don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
A younger generation that might like them.
You don't earn. You're not in the trenches. You're not
Yeah.
digging it out like we've all
Right.
done.
Well, and
These kids just go
we
up there
were
and-
talking
we
about
don't need
that
to do
too
that.
with the rise of the electronic dance music with Jacob the other day, and how those people they go see a concert and there's no musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really, we're in this phase where there's a generation that really could care less if there's a dude playing bass or guitar or keys.
Yeah.
It's like the
They
only
don't
ones
know
that
what it
care.
is.
The only ones that care are the musicians.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I raised my babies doing this. You know what I mean? And that job's going to go away, just like the old blacksmith.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just,
We're dinosaurs, boys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are dinosaurs.
and the thing that kind of disturbs me a little bit is a lot of times, songwriters and people are having to almost give their music away to get heard.
Sure.
You know, like with Spotify and Pandora and all,
Yeah, the stream
that-
it's just hilarious when you get your statement.
it's that
obscene.
kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
You
You got to figure it out. They do know, if you have the muse and you hear the muse, you're going to make the music. It's going to come no matter what. But dude's got to make a living.
yeah, yeah, or
Music drives everything. And not to sit here and be whiny baby and stuff, because
Right.
I always say it was only, a few centuries ago where, you got to live if you played music. You didn't get beheaded, because you could entertain the king.
Yeah.
But so maybe things are just turning back around to that, to where the value is placed upon. But it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
yeah,
Should a musician make more than a teacher, or somebody who really does good for mankind?
Yeah.
Right.
That whole thing.
well, if a teacher writes a book and it becomes a big bestseller, they
Yeah.
get paid for it.
Right, that's true.
I don't know what the royalties are on Kindle, the electronic versions
right,
and all, but I think when somebody writes a song and people do like it, they should almost want to pay for it.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I spend good money to go see a movie if I want to go see it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to come out happy, that I went and saw it or not,
Yeah.
But I still don't mind because I want the process to continue.
Right. We're just so many generations deep into where music is just everywhere, and it's just free, and it's always been for these people.
Yeah.
Monty had a conversation with a youngster the other day. When you just wrote his ass about not buying the music or something.
Oh. I had a grumpy old man moment.
But the funny thing about it was the surprise of the kid, like the light that came on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm doing right now for a job is because people like you stealing that money. His eyes get huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to tell my kids, they're like, hey, listen to this. Here, I'll send you a copy. I was like, no, I'll just buy a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, God bless you, Marty. You're always buying my kids' stuff, Cash Creek stuff. I see, even when I had my solo stuff, man, you were there buying it, man.
I like to do that. I enjoy it, It's because I know that it's important, and I just don't want to. It's a habit I have, and I try to support my friends the best I can.
Yeah,
I can only do so much, but if everybody that loves music and appreciates it will pay for that, then it continues on.
Well, I guess we have to take the torch and try to keep carrying it.
It's like just $1 now, people,
and
for that song that you how many times you didn't listen to it?
Yeah, I spent like $1.29 on a song the other day because I didn't want anybody having to go find it learn it on the video.
Yeah.
It's like I'll just buy it.
I'll do that too. I'll buy something.
Yeah.
If I like it, it's good. I bought that new Harry Styles single. I actually purchased it because I love that song.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's great, So I want to encourage. Okay, let's take pop music in that direction because that pop is going the other way, where they're starting to use live instruments like they've rediscovered. Ooh, the guitar, real
drums.
This stuff sounds good.
It's got soul.
I know. Well, country gets farther away from it. The pop, so country will circle back.
It always does.
It will.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when Rusty Van Sickle, he had we'd put together a duo for him. They called Rust and Roses.
Yes.
Good stuff.
And Doug Johnson come over to the office and he sang for him. And he was saying that he really felt that country music was going to swing back to like the Randy Travis style stuff. Mm-hmm. And but he didn't wind up signing them.
Yeah.
He said, I have no doubt that you'll find a home for him, Yeah. But Sony got interested, and it just never came to fruition. But
right.
They really liked him. But
everybody had a lot of words about that.
Yeah. Everybody was digging it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Cool.
I just wish that, so many things you get so close with, how it is.
Absolutely.
And
sometimes it's hard to be
singers.
objective when you get too close, So I rely on Monty a lot, because he'll come and tell me that's a good song, or I like what's going on there.
I can usually.
I'll say, listen to that snare drum. Doesn't it sound great? Say, screw the snare drum. It's a great song.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a couple of producers.
You get caught up in that.
Yeah. You can.
So you need to have the voice of reason sit there. Is it a good song or not?
Yeah, that's the hard. That is, and good. Is it good or is it great? That's another hard thing. And sometimes it's undeniable. But then there's some that you go, well, is that really going to work or is it not? And then now you have to go, well, is that politically correct? Is the radio going to like it?
We don't worry about that crap anymore.
Gave up on it because
we're pretty free now.
You can't second guess. You can't figure it out.
It's like
you never know.
Our last record that we put out as Cash Creek had 24 songs. And 12 of them were straight 90s country, and the other one we just did whatever the heck we wanted.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of freedom in that. That's a lot of
freedom.
fun, a lot of enjoyment.
Our fans really enjoy it too,
Yeah.
And it's like I think now with the independent and with the market the way it is, you just got to find your people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I look at these things like there's this act that's headlining Lollapalooza. No, not Bonnaroo. Tame Impala is what they're called. Ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Have you heard of them before? But I mean, they're headliners, so they found their people.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's the upside.
A lot of those big festivals, you look at the artists. Yeah. You might recognize one or two out of 100.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Selling out these massive festivals.
Right. Every once in a while, you have your Billie Eilish break through and just
Yeah.
be massive where everybody knows them.
Boy, she exploded this year.
Yes, she did.
Did you see what they used to record her album with? It was like they had like $4 or $5 grand invested in.
Yeah, and he won her brother. He won the Grammy for best engineered album on the laptop in the bedroom.
And
And I saw this thing the other day on Facebook, and this guy went to Tom Lord Alge. Like Tom and Chris Lord Alge are the guys that they mix all the the Daughtry and Nickelback records and just sound massive, And the question was, what do you think about this? The Grammy going to and the guys all, congratulations, that's effing awesome, because they thought he was going to be all stuffy.
Yeah.
He goes, it's about the music. He said, people ain't about what you. And then he went on a rant. He said, doesn't matter if you got this $9,000 piece of gear over here. He goes, what is the final result? Are you happy with it? Do you like what you hear?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So it was so refreshing to hear him talking like that, because he's the top of the game. I mean, when he mix engineers and stuff, those guys are up there, and he's like, "Congratulations!"
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
They didn't even use like $1,000 microphone.
No.
It was like $150 microphone.
No,
Audio
no.
Technica or something. Else.
Yeah.
Just
And-
captured magic.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Couldn't they do it again?
I don't know.
You know,
It's kind of like with that Alanis Morissette, that Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
That was done on those blackface ADATs for a couple $1,000, you know. But it had all that fire stuff. Then the next time after that, with the big production, sonically, it was gorgeous, but it didn't come close.
Didn't capture that magic.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
it's
Money doesn't make magic.
no, it doesn't.
and then so that's one of the upsides. Is everybody can make their own music now, not like they before you almost relied on a big studio to do it, and that process is fun too, having a bunch of people in there and and doing it.
There's cool stuff about everything.
Yeah. I know Dylan said when they were cutting his album, it was on, they did it all analog,
Yeah.
And,
Is that Dave Cobb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now in the industry, you have to come with a fully produced package.
Yeah, you got to be good.
So you got to find that studio that has, you got to spend some money now.
You got to find Mojo.
Yeah, if it's like Kimo said for years, just they don't really know what they want until you give it to them. It's like, here, you want
This is exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
even if you're pitching your song, it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be done well.
Yeah.
Even Dennis, you were in on that one, that world famous platinum selling producer go, hey, send me that demo over again so I can hear what the background vocals did. You took that phone call, didn't you?
I think
I don't want to
so.
say any names or anything, but it's like, damn it, you're a huge producer. You should know what the hell to do with those background vocals. You don't need a damn demo. Sorry, that's my little rant.
That's all right. That's okay.
Yeah. That still burns my chaps my hide. Marty, are you managing anybody right now?
Well, I'm working with Cody Wickline from
Cody
The Voice.
Wickline.
I think season 8, he was on Team Blake, and he's a really good songwriter and a good vocalist, lead vocalist. He sings good harmony too, and I'm working with him, and now of course I'm still working with Rusty. It's just
Rusty Van Sickle.
Yep, Rusty Vancer.
We haven't we had him on the couch there too. I know a lot of our fans really liked him a lot.
Yeah.
How can you
So
not?
they like
Voice.
I mean, he opens that mouth. And,
Voice is just gold.
Butter. Just butter.
Yeah, he come over yesterday, and him and Jeremy were working on the.
Marty Ray Dillingham.
Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
What are we talking about?
CashCreekBand.com.
Yeah, man. Spiffy new website. It's slick. Thanks to our buddy Sean.
You can get everything Cash Creek there. Let that be your starting point when you go exploring around the world of Cash Creek.
Absolutely. You can even get to YouTube channel from that website right there, and you can catch up on all of our fabulous Cash Creek Club
That's right.
podcast webisode thingamadingies.
That's Cash Creek
Band.com.
Band.com.
That's right.
See you there.
Whoo, what a sweet boy.
Good man. I wish that our technical I wish we weren't so snake bit today.
Boy, yeah.
We really are.
Big time.
Yeah.
It happens. What are you going to do?
So we had that real boring one last week. Now we got this one that's all screwed up. These will be the two that. Just think if those are the two that you watched.
Come on, it's the Blaylock Shuffle's going to go.
That was pretty.
Viral.
That was actually pretty funny.
That's hysterical. Can't do that anymore. Throw about
No, he
5
can't.
joints out.
No, he can't. Yeah, spine shoot out his butt. Man, he's swinging it, man. That was hilarious.
Yeah, things would definitely break.
Let's just show it again right here.
One more time, yeah.
So don't do this at home without, and then, okay, guys, do it. We're gonna go to Blaylock Shuffle. Can we all do the Blaylock Shuffle? Come on, folks. Sing it till it hurts. Don't let it fall off.
Got it.
Oh, the old Blaylock Shuffle. Awesome. Do you remember that night?
No. That's all a blur.
Really? I remember
those
that
times were
night
a
pretty
blur.
clearly because it was Rick Collins last night.
That one was?
Yep.
Where was that?
Calistoga at the fairgrounds, the cow chip kickers.
That was the cow chip kickers thing?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
And that was when Doug Matlock, he was there too. And that was when, he had his merch and he just ended up giving it to us. And
Yeah.
that's why I remember that night because it was pretty much the end of Silver Creek.
Wow. See, I probably just blocked it out of my
Yeah.
subconscious there.
Because it was shortly after that when we did a rock band.
Yeah.
That might have been the last Silver Creek gig. Did we do any without Rick?
I don't recall.
might-
I've just blacked it all out, man. We're groveling. Let's go home now.
Let's do it. Take us out of here, buddy. Unscrew us.
Unscrew us. I can't.
Again.
No.
Oh.
There's
forget
no
to holster
unscrewing
it.
this.
Don't forget to holster it.
All right, let's go. Bye, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next week.
Boom, there it is. By the way, I see you got dressed up for this one.
Yes. Come on.
And, the washing machine?
Yeah. Who needs it?
This is all post-credit scene here. This is when Skynet comes back online.
Right.